And now we should be live.
Sweet.
And now I can eat the second taco.
Taco Cast.
So, I recommend this coffee mug for anybody.
Yeah?
The Mighty Mug. Just because, so, for people like me, I put it on a nice flat surface. It,
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
I don't know how that, I mean, I know the science behind it, but it's like a good wrap, like... Like, that's genius!
That's pretty fantastic.
Ah, it's only $20.
Nice.
Bed Bath & Beyond.
You know, it took me, for my wife's birthday, I got her, it took forever to find one, a mug that actually fits underneath the Keurig.
They make one of these that fits under a Keurig. Like, perfect.
Yeah, it's very similar to that one. But she had one that she would do like, she would like put a measuring cup under there and just hit it twice and put it in her mug. It was like, there has to be a better way.
That seems counterproductive.
Yeah, it's like, that's too many dishes, come on.
Killing me, Smalls. Oh, fuck. This is killing me.
Tacos.
Tacos are the best, man.
Yeah, especially from Del Taco.
Oh, yeah?
Oh my god. You know, I didn't believe anybody before I moved here.
Yeah.
Del Taco has some of the best fries I've ever had.
Really? That
Oh my god, they're
seems
so good.
counterintuitive.
It's really weird eating a taco or a burrito and fries.
Yeah.
Unless it's a California burrito and the fries come in it, and that's okay.
Can never go wrong with French fries. I don't care who you are.
Alright. Okay. All done.
Taco down, taco down.
Please make me feel better, tacos. Oh god. I really
don't
need to
think-
trim my mustache. It's getting out of control.
It was a righteous belch.
Alright. Boy, we do not have a lot to talk about in this episode.
Considering what games and how much of them I played, we really don't have a lot to talk about in this episode.
Hey, at least it'll go quick.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to live stream the predictions episode, or do you want to do it the same way we did top 10?
I think we're close enough to it that live streaming it might not be a bad idea.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
I don't like live streaming the top 10 because I feel like that's kind of
Yeah.
we're
Spoilers.
keeping that under wraps for a little bit.
Yeah. Predictions is just too much fun to keep under wraps.
Yeah. Let me open up that.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there, I'm stewing over my predictions, and I mean the industry, it's a fucking crapshoot right now.
It really is.
Yeah, I mean after 2014, like who the hell knows?
Yeah. I have one prediction I know will come true. It's not really a prediction, it's more of a continuing trend.
Yeah.
But hey.
Why not? All right, you guys ready to start recording?
Yup.
What the fuck? This should be salt. Oh, there it is. All right. I'm sorry. I mean, I thought I had that.
Freestyle.
Fair enough.
I really need to.
All right, Mr. 962, you're in the books.
Boom.
Bam.
Exit. Don't fall in the trap of play again.
Oh god. All right.
All right, let me
Just
get
gonna take a nap.
Anything coming out this week? Oh, fuck! Fuck it. Glad I refinanced my house.
Can't wait until we can do that.
Are you doing like the one extra payment a year thing?
No, we're under FHA, so we're already paying enough as it is.
Yeah.
Because that cuts 7 years off your note. if you just average one extra payment a year, just so, like even if it's like, I don't know what your mortgage is. I know if I did an extra $50 a month on my note, I'd knock 7 years off.
Wow.
A
That's crazy.
month. So I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna start paying $1,200 a month. That way, I get every 2 months will be 3 payments.
Nice.
So
I would literally murder a human being for that mortgage payment.
oh, I'm sure where you are.
Yeah, I will not divulge the number of zeros that are in it, but
It's a few too many.
it's larger.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stupid California.
I mean, I'm guessing your mortgage is probably close to 5 bills easily, like 5K.
What?
It's more than that.
No,
Okay.
it's a lot of money though. I'm glad
Yeah.
both of us work.
Yeah.
That's so frustrating. Yeah, like for as long as I've been stuck on my own, I think I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
You still have the house. I think you're literally doing the best.
Yeah.
You still have a roof.
Technically,
Hasn't blown away yet.
What is above you technically qualifies as a roof.
Yeah, legally.
Yeah.
technically, it is shingled.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready to start this thing?
Yep.
Yeah, my roof repairs aren't that bad. You can't even notice.
Yeah.
Only if you're walking up there.
How many people are doing that? Just the raccoons.
Well, just whenever a hailstorm blows by, it's like, oh, you got some loose shingles. It's like, yeah, I fucking know, asshole.
Yeah, thanks. All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston, and going around the room, we got Knobs.
What's up?
And we have the Hannah.
I.
And let's just kick it right off with Knobs. What have you been playing?
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
I've been playing Battlefield. Shocker.
no kidding.
Really?
I can't stop.
I should just pin that in every week.
It's I don't know what else to say about this game.
It's still really good.
It's
Any
still
new
really
DLC
dumb.
on the horizon?
Oh yeah, we got the snow maps a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Have they announced anything after that?
I don't know. I think probably something next year. I think there may be a season 2 or something, but I don't know how that works with premium.
I like
people.
how you're just all the way deep in this game. It's like, any DLC coming up? You're like, I don't know.
Well, no, it was funny. Like this last night, I was talking with Tomsy
Yeah.
a little bit, and like we were trying to figure out the reason why we're still playing this game,
Mm-hmm.
and it's literally the people we play with.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it boils down to. Because if it wasn't for the group, I can't imagine. What are you doing?
Being a dog.
He's like, all right, sorry. What's going on?
Just checking out what's going on here. I was just going to lay down in the corner.
Yeah,
This pillow looks comfy. What are you guys up to?
there you go.
There he goes.
Has he been bad? Is he banished to the corner?
I don't know.
Is he gonna do something bad?
Oh yeah, we're watching you, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna poop over here. Oh man. If you're not watching the live stream, you should do so at twitch.tv/E1M1 Network.
Oh
Indeed.
man,
Puppies everywhere.
Yep.
I'm glad there was nothing incriminating on that bed. So.
Yeah.
Oh god.
No weird shenanigans over in this house.
No, never.
Anyway, yeah, all my ties are in the closet.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we do grill anymore, yeah, so we're sitting around talking about how we've been playing this, and like I really have no incentive to unlock anything left. Like I've done that outside of playing that game for its dumb moments that make it worthwhile, like every week. And it's funny because Scott's in that Scott Nintendork is in the mode where he hates the game, loves the game, hates the game, loves the game. Like
Yeah.
in every round, like he's like, I hate this, I hate. Oh, then he just goes on a kill streak, and we have been annihilating people. Like I don't know if we've like played it enough that we're comfortable with doesn't matter what mode we're playing, we're going to rack off 20, 25 kills, like, as an average now.
Yeah.
Where that would be an outstanding round before.
You're just a Dream Team 2.0, man.
Oh man, we're getting surprisingly good. 'Cause we're always end up in the top of the list. Like I think I scored an MVP like last week. Like I can't remember I'm ever doing that ever in this game. But I don't know. It's just fun right now. It's a great time waster.
Yeah,
it's the best way I can describe it. But yeah, so I played a whole bunch of that, and I've done a few mobile games. I tried playing that. What was the name of that game we talked about last week?
Oh,
Beastie Bay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on in that. Like I should have read the instructions. I'm guessing
it's not great about it. Like some Kairosoft games, it's not great at the beginning where it's like you should do this and then that. It's just sort of like, I don't know, man. You got beasts in an island. What do you want?
Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to lay a house down, and others saying no, not there. You need to put it in the grass. Dude, it's in the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What more do you want from me?
It's like an open field. Where do you want this to go?
It's an island. There's a finite bit of land I have to play with here, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I attempted to play that one, and it yelled at me for having a rooted phone, so I haven't played that.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, hey, your phone's rooted, it won't start.
That's weird.
Yeah, and since I'm on the newest version of Android, all the old like root cloaking apps don't work anymore because it uses a completely different compiler. So,
hooray! Android.
Yeah,
how fun.
Well, it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, but I have been kicking around the idea of picking up that new Shadow Warrior game.
I've heard that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, like I was watching a couple of videos on Twitch, and it seemed right up my alley. And then I get over the buy button, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I've been that way this whole year. Like I have stuff in my hands, like I want to buy stuff, but ooh, steel case Blu-rays, I need those more.
Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
But yeah, so there's that. And played Battlefield a couple more times during the week, whatever. I don't play in free cell because I have a problem with it. Like I just fired it up for the first time like a couple hours ago, and then realized I played over like 960 rounds of free cell.
Wow.
What? I don't even remember that happening. Like I don't even think I've had this computer together long enough for that amount to be up there.
How long does it take you for one free cell game on average, do you think?
Maybe 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay, so it's the sort of thing where you're sitting there, you're listening to some music, playing a little bit.
I just think I go in Zen mode and I just like boom, 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 boom. Like
totally.
I see the Matrix in that game. Like I don't know. I love that. I love playing free cell. I don't know what it is. The only thing I enjoy, card game I enjoy more is Euchre.
And of course, Freeway Solitaire.
Well, yeah.
Freeway Solitaire is great.
Fairway Solitaire. Sorry, Freeway Solitaire is a very different game.
We keep messing that up. But yeah, since like all my tablet technologies have failed me within this last week, like I can't get any of them to connect the internet. I got one that won't even charge at this point. And that was the one I just got. Like, what the hell? You Verizon 4G tablet, you suck.
Get out my house.
I was angry because I was like, cool, I can read comic books everywhere.
In every room of your house.
And now I'm angry about it. I'm angry about this free tablet I have. Whatever. But I still got this little guy. So
that little guy?
My phone is
the
about
that little guy.
Yeah, don't worry about that little guy. Or when things get hardcore. But yeah, so it's pretty much been a whole bunch of media consumption for me, but not so much video games.
All right, Hannah, what do you got?
I got a whole lot of Rogue Legacy.
Yeah.
I started playing that a whole bunch more. And it's just I'm terrible at the underworld portion of that game.
It's really tough.
Those enemies are absolutely brutal. It's like, oh, you're not a Hokage or an assassin? Well, everything's gonna take you like 12 hits.
Yeah, that's why anytime I would get to there, I would just use the architect.
Yeah.
And just skip. I mean, until you beat that boss, just because it's so. I feel like the game is still kind of imbalanced when it comes to like the fourth area.
Yeah.
That sometimes it'll be pretty okay. And you'll get into some areas that are challenging, but you've got the right build. You got kind of lucky, you know. The enemy AI is okay, but sometimes you'll get into some areas where it's just like there's like 400 enemies right now, and I'm a spelunker. Like I can't
I'm
do
not going
anything.
anywhere. Yeah. But it's a ton of fun. I want to finish it. I haven't done that yet, and I really need to.
You're so close.
I know. I have to. Well, I have to do the underworld. Then there's the main area of the castle. There's the forest, which I think I've beaten those 2 bosses, and then there's the tower. I forget. I think that's what it's called.
Tower is the 3rd place.
Yeah, tower and underworld are both fairly tough when it comes to enemy. Tower's a little bit more manageable though.
Yeah, tower's where you should be going next.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe I'll skip the underworld for now and just head
underworld's
up to the
the very last area.
Yeah. All right. But I think I'm like at some crazy level at this point. I'm just like grinding through and just getting like really weird combinations.
Yeah.
Like the one like gay and bald. That's nothing extra there. It's just
a regular character.
Yeah, it's literally just a regular character at that point. But yeah, Rogue Legacy is still a bunch of fun. I also played a bunch of the new Destiny DLC.
Yeah, let's talk about Destiny.
So things got real weird on the DLC here.
Yeah, my wife and I were going to start playing it the other day, but we didn't realize she was level 18, so she can't start the DLC. So we've started to go through and try and sort of power level her to 20. So I haven't seen any of it yet. I've just seen, let's say, the bad parts of it.
Oh, really?
Which is everything else around it that is... You know, Destiny's really tough because I still really like Destiny, and I still really have a lot of fun playing it, but it's really... I find myself having a hard time defending the game when there's a lot of BS going on around it. Hey, if you don't have the DLC, you can't do a lot of playlists anymore.
Yeah, and that sucks.
Yeah.
And
not unsurprising, but
yeah, you have to put the DLC into the playlists and the rotation, and like I get that, but at the same time, they're also sort of taking away content from people that have owned the game for a while.
Yeah,
and it doesn't seem like it would be that difficult to have 2 separate like things. And just progressively, you know, as new DLC comes out, just be like, okay, if you don't have the DLC and you have the first DLC, there's a regular, like, you know, Strike playlist. And
it's like
you
a
get
vanilla Strike
things.
Playlist.
Yeah, and as each DLC comes out, just move it up the chain each time. So it's like, okay, you know, this is the second DLC. It's just going to be first DLC strikes and second DLC strikes. We're not doing vanilla strikes anymore. Like, they'll be mixed in occasionally.
Yeah.
But we're not going to have, like, by the time you get to the end of it, you're going to have, like, what are they expecting to do? Like, 2 seasons of DLC for this, 2 expansions each, like, 5 playlists? That's crazy.
Yeah, and like, I feel so badly for Xbox gamers, too, because they really are getting screwed by this exclusivity for the PlayStation platforms. I mean, and it's for a year. So, I mean, and it's not... They're paying the same price, so, you know, like... I don't know, and there's this thing with upgrading exotics, there's this stuff with... you know, there's some stuff that I didn't realize was going to be in the expansion about, like, Vanguard commendations. You know,
I don't even know what you do with those.
So, excuse me. Seems like you randomly get them every time you get, like, the Vanguard or the Crucible rep up another level. You'll get them. But so many of the first expansions, new like armor and weapons, which look awesome and have great stats, require one of those. Yeah. So it's sort of like, you know, I was okay with the grind that was previously available in kind of the vanilla Destiny, but now that they're adding a little bit more grinding, and each one of those grinds is a little bit longer, I don't know how much of that I'm really gonna go through, because what am I really gonna get out of spending a ton more time just to get one gun or one helmet or something?
Well, and they've also completely invalidated. You don't have any reason to do the Vault of Glass anymore because the exotics that drop from there are the old versions of the exotic weapons,
Right. Yeah, they're not even
and
the new ones, so you'd have
and
to.
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you'd have to go through and get the money and get the materials and everything to trade them in for the newer ones, so then you can start leveling that.
Which is just silly.
Like, my main gun is the Suros Regime, which
Okay.
I absolutely love.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite guns in the game, and that will be something that I will always remember really fondly in Destiny, is getting that and leveling that up.
Nice.
I have it almost completely leveled up,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the old version.
So why bother?
Yeah, exactly. And I should go get the new version, but I don't have enough strange coins to buy the new material to then go trade in for this new gun. So it's sort of like, well, I need 2 more strange coins. And I can't do this playlist over here because I haven't finished the DLC yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't do all this other stuff over here because, either it's too hard and I don't have a lot of people online. Like, there's all these things where it's like, there's too many things that seem a little too difficult to get still.
Yeah.
For really kind of no reason. So
Yeah.
I feel like this first DLC is unfortunately kind of starting to sour me on Destiny a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely a misstep. I like the missions I've played so far. I did the first 2 missions for the DLC. They're really good.
Yeah.
Like, I really liked them. They did a good job with them. But I can't do the last one because I'm not level 30. And I won't be level 30 for a while. I have to level up all this gear, and I have to get all these materials, and it's just like, do I really want to continue? Do I want to keep going with it? Like, I'm having that debate. I'm feeling like I need to take a break from this game until I have the itch for it in, because right now it feels like it's turning into a job.
And that's the worst part about Destiny is like it's so good, but it seems like vanilla Destiny was a shooter that was leaning fairly heavily on some standard MMO tropes.
Yeah.
But in kind of a way where it's sort of like, well, this stuff is good, but it excuse me. It's good, but the grind is there, but all right, my friends are playing it and I'm having a pretty good time. But it feels like they really turned a corner with this first DLC, most notably with miscommunication, and have done a terrible job communicating everything around this expansion. But also it feels like they're leaning even harder on these MMO tropes, and I feel like in doing so, they have shown the treadmill a lot more clearly. Like, before you could kind of say, like, well, all right, I'm gearing up for Vault of Glass, and I'm running it because I'm getting all this gear.
Yeah.
And then as soon as this next one comes out, it's like, well, that old raid, whatever. Let's go on this new one that most people can't get into because they're not 30.
Well, yeah, and then you have the fact that there's still no matchmaking on raids, even though there are sites out there dedicated to basically just doing matchmaking on raids.
And it'd be great if they put in matchmaking for Vault of Glass now.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Like, people have run it enough to where it's like, okay, has anyone here not run it? All right, let's, go through the finer points of this, and let's run this for, this level 27, 28.
Yep.
So, but, like, the biggest problem I'm having is just materials. Like, I don't have enough materials to upgrade stuff. I don't have enough Vanguard marks to buy materials because I bought a new piece of armor. I had saved up a whole bunch because I knew the expansion was coming. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get a new piece of gear the minute the expansion comes out and start leveling that up.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh, okay, so now I need to go do all these bounties, and it's just utter madness.
Yeah.
But when I do play it, I am still having fun. So I sort of have that to lean on. I am almost 28. I could see hitting 30 within the next couple of weeks and being able to do some of the cooler stuff finally.
Yep. And hitting 30 now that the cap is 32, and there's all this much better gear out there that's more readily available, like either through the Vanguard or through the Crucible, or things that don't require you to keep running raids over and over.
Yeah.
It's a lot more attainable, much more easily, but I think with the new raid and the new strikes, which I don't really care about, I think it's a lot more easy to sit there and look at it and say, okay, but for what?
Yeah.
You know, like there's the new lady that gives you missions. She has about 3 or 4 missions. And after that,
and they're cool.
You're doing bounties for her to raise her rep for something.
Yeah.
You know?
For stuff.
Yeah, for more stuff. That when the next expansion comes out, you know, rumored in February, the House of Wolves, like, okay, you know, the common rumor right now is, well, they're going to open up the Reef as a playable area. That for me would be a fairly significant DLC, and I would be a lot more excited about that than, well, there's a new raid and there's 2 new strikes, one of which Xbox players can't get, and new gear, right, guys? And it's like, yeah, but I want a new playground to play in.
Yeah, a new area would go a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if it's a new area filled with more bounties.
Yeah,
you know, give me a couple of quests. Give me like 3 or 4 new strikes. Give me a bunch of, you know. But there's still, you know, there's even still stuff too. Like I can't replay story missions at higher difficulties and get experience. Yeah. You know, like you play the story mission once, and that's all the experience you get.
Really?
Yeah, for any story mission in the game. So like,
that's clown shoes.
So like you can, you know, you play through the game, and you know you're level 10. You play something on Venus. You want to go back and play it on level 28 because, sure, the mission is cool and it's going to be way harder and stuff like that. You don't get any rewards for it.
No, you don't.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, they should at least give you gear or something, or even like an engram.
Right, and there's so many cool missions in this game, like that one where you activate that tower in old Russia, and you have all that the hive coming at you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like that's a cool mission, and I'd like to take, you know, 2 or 3 other people in there and see how hard we can make that mission and still get through it. Like I'd like to play that mission at like level 30 and see what that thing turns into, but there's no real point to it.
No.
And I think that's kind of one of the biggest problems with it right now.
Yeah, for sure. But I just feel like I've talked talked Destiny to death at this point. Once I get into bigger stuff, I think I'll start talking about it again. But for now, just assume I've played Destiny every week, and I'll talk about the other games I'm playing.
Yeah,
it's going to be like Luminous, you know.
It's like that's what we do. We beat a dead horse.
Yeah.
So what's going on with Binding of Isaac?
Hey man, still doing good. Still doing stuff.
Oh,
that's all I played this week, by the way.
Yeah, so you know, my goal at the moment for Destiny is to try and get to 30, and then try and do the raid. Because I mean, Vault of Glass was really great, and I hear this next one is pretty cool, although different in a bunch of different ways, which is kind of the thing you want. So I'd like to see it at the very least, go through it at least once, and then probably never go through it again.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I played this week.
I've been playing more Binding of Isaac Rebirth. I'm not going to talk about it because I'm just continually going through the checklists, making my way towards 100%ing that game and hopefully platinuming it. I have a lot of really difficult stuff ahead of me.
Hooray!
Hopefully soon I'll start streaming that again because I think people liked watching me stream that, and I'll probably stream the hardest stuff so we can, you know, somebody can try and help me as I have stuff, at the very least, to hang out with me while I sob quietly. And I've been playing a ton of Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm now a little over 35 hours through it. I am not anywhere close to the end of this game.
Wow.
Really, 35 hours in.
Yeah, I'm not even halfway through.
Whoa.
I'm not even spitting at halfway through.
Good job, BioWare.
And I'm not doing everything. Like, I'm not even coming close to doing everything that has been offered to me.
Yeah.
I think it was last week we talked about, you know, I finished a kind of the second big story beat in the game, and I was kind of a little disappointed about how stuff happened, and then it turned around.
Nice.
I really want to talk about this game, but everything I did after that point is such a huge and massive spoiler for Dragon Age 2, and it wraps up nearly every story beat in Dragon Age 2 in a really satisfying way. That's like, awesome. I played probably about 2 hours straight of that, and I look over at my wife, and I'm like, That was awesome. Like, everything that I cared about in Dragon Age 2, and even some stuff from Dragon Age 1, got carried in Inquisition, wrapped up, and then expanded.
Nice.
So it's kind of, for me, like the Dragon Age nerd that I am, I'm just sitting there for a while like, yay. Like, oh, look, oh. They did something in the second story beat that I thought was really interesting, and then, so minor spoilers for Dragon Age Inquisition. At some point, you get a castle.
Oh,
and
nice!
And as part of it, you grow and build your castle because it's kind of decrepit. So right now, I'm a little.
You're working on your crib.
Literally, you can. So they have, you have a garden where you can get rare materials. You have a whole place where there's a smithy working there, an enchanter. You have a whole library. Has a whole bunch of stuff in it. It's this whole, basically a small city that you're building up, and you're gathering stuff out in the world and coming back to your castle and improving it. So, how far I am right now, I'm probably about a quarter of the way through building this thing back up, and there's scaffolding everywhere, but there's still holes in the wall that people are starting to patch up, and it legitimately feels like you took this giant castle that was falling apart, and you're actually going through and making it better instead of like, oh, I went away for a mission and then I came back and my castle's good again. Like, there's people around building that are giving you status updates and stuff like that. Like, there's so much cool stuff, and there's even based on what happened in the story that I won't spoil, you get to sit on the throne and you actually get to choose the fate of people that have wronged you.
Oh, wow.
So, like, I went through and I did this huge quest chain that probably took me, all told, probably about 5 hours in this one area. And it was very much like, well, I'll clear all this stuff, I'll get this mission, I have to go back to the war table and go do something else to come back to keep doing that mission.
Nice.
And when I finished it, I arrested this dude and brought him back, and as part of that, I got to decide his fate. And I got 4 options. One was, I'll just kill him. One is, I'll exile him. And the other one is, I'll put him to work for my group. And the more people you put to work for your group, the stronger... excuse me. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold here. The stronger that your group gets, and the faster your group can do more things. So it's it's not this sort of thing where it's like he'll start wandering around the castle and being sort of like, oh, I can't believe you didn't kill me. You actually get tangible benefits out of a lot of this stuff. So
very cool.
I mean, I think I have 7 or 8 areas open right now. I've finished 2 of them, and I probably, on the map, I probably have 5 more to open, and one of them is the next story beat.
Wow.
So, like, and I just opened another area. I'm level 14 in the game. I think the cap is 20. I went into another area that I just unlocked, and most of the enemies were level 17. And I'm just like, okay, well, I can't go here yet, but that map is giant too. It's crazy. I find myself pleasantly surprised nearly every time I play it at either how cool some of the story stuff is, how much stuff they're wrapping up from my Dragon Age world, carrying some stuff from 1 and 2, how much story beats they're carrying from 1 and 2 in really fairly major ways, and then just how much stuff there is in the game and how much fun a lot of it is. Like, there's very little in the game that I go up to and I'm sort of like, ugh, I don't want to do this again. Like, I walked into this one area in this one map the other night, and there was a door, and I went in there, and there was this giant 3-floor dungeon in there. And at the end of it, I fought a boss, and it gave me some cool loot, and I was done. There was no quest associated with it. There was anything really important about it. it was just a dungeon there for you to find and go through, and then get some cool loot. Like, and to me, that's Dragon Age Inquisition. Like, it's big, almost too big, but everything that's in there is really interesting and kind of fun to do. And I'm having a blast. Like, that's one of those RPGs where you feel okay spending $60 on it, because it looks like I'll probably spend 80 to 100 hours playing through this game and probably not finish everything. So
that's crazy.
For $60, that's a pretty okay proposition there.
Yeah, that game sounds nice. Like,
it does.
Big and wrapping up a lot of loose ends. Everything Mass Effect 3 should have been.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because someone online had asked, I don't even remember, I think it was somewhere on Reddit, they had asked, my son loves Mass Effect, Skyrim, and some other fantasy game. Do you think he'll like Dragon Age Inquisition? It's like, yeah, because it literally smushes all of those together, and then it's like 100 hours. So,
nice.
Yeah, I think you'll be okay. And it's kind of nice, especially now that it's winter, to get a game you can all the way sink your teeth into for like 100 hours. Like my wife and I have been really sick over the last couple weeks, and it's been kind of nice to lay there on the couch and have a game that I can just, when I'm homesick, I can just play something without like. Binding of Isaac is fine, but it requires a little bit more of my attention than I think I really have when I'm sick.
Right.
So it's kind of nice to just lay there on the couch and just explore these giant worlds and just kind of do missions and fight dragons and stuff. Like, how can you hate that?
I like fighting dragons.
Oh man, you would love Dragon Age Inquisition. There are so many dragons.
Did anyone catch the Gore report where you interviewed Smaug?
I haven't watched it yet. I've seen some gifs.
Oh, it's great.
Nice.
Oh man. But that's all I've been playing, so let's take a break.
Cool. Oh, Jesus. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. All right.
Good times here.
Indeed. Oh man, I need some caffeine.
I just super drank that Dr. Pepper.
Super drank?
Super
The other
drank.
JC says, you're really making me wish I liked the gameplay. That's the only thing about Dragon Age is like either you really like the gameplay and you can really find how that game works for you, or it's just 100% not a game for you. And I mean it's like most RPGs. Either it clicks with you and you're 100 hours in, or 5 hours in you're just like, you know what, I don't want to play any more of this.
Yeah. All right,
I'm ready to record the next one wherever you guys are.
All right.
Keep this ball rolling here.
Yep.
I feel so hindered by just using my phone.
How do you live like this?
I don't know.
Like an animal.
I feel like a savage right now. I wish it was a flip phone.
Yeah. Like, pull out
Clap
the little
when
antenna.
you're done with it.
The shape of a gold scarab or something. I don't know. All right. You guys ready?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases for the week of December 15th, 2014. Loadout makes its debut on the PS4.
Yes. People seem to really like that on PC. So hopefully it made the transition to PS4 okay.
Nice. That's free to play, right?
It was on the PC. I'm assuming it will be on PS4.
Sweet.
Well, we'll see. And a game that's going to eat up a bunch of my time, I'm hoping, because I've been kind of jonesing for a fighting game for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Guilty Gore. Guilty Gore. Guilty Gear. Exerd. Sign. PS3 and PS4.
For those of you like me that pre-ordered the collector's edition, that comes out next week.
Nice.
I think it's on the 23rd.
All right. Well, I'm probably going to pick up the PS3 version just so I can play it right now.
Yep. Well, it's cross play between PS3 and PS4.
Oh
Really?
wow,
Yep.
that's cool.
So
it was earlier. I hope they keep that around.
So even with the disc copy?
Allegedly,
Wow.
Ooh.
we'll find out.
We will. Alrighty, and Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes for the PC.
I bet that looks super great.
Yeah,
I'm very curious to see how that looks.
I'm seriously considering purchasing it again.
Yeah, it's probably going to be pretty cheap during the winter sale,
Yeah,
which rumor says it starts on the 18th.
yeah.
So, all right, let's move on to news stories here. Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remastered coming to PS4. So, if you didn't pick it up for PS3 and Vita, it's coming out for PS4 spring of 2015. It'll be $50. So
Cool. Okay, Square Enix, that's great. Make a new game, please.
yeah, well, 12.
And they keep remaking every game except the one everyone's screaming for.
Yeah,
Right?
well, yeah, like Final Fantasy 12, right, guys?
Yeah, whatever. I'll take that too.
Yeah, if you know, for anybody that hasn't played 10 and 10-2, if you like the Final Fantasy series, it's at the very least 10 is good. You know, it
Yeah.
has a lot of problems. 10-2 is divisive. It's one of my favorites, but I like 12, so nobody listens to me. And $50, you know, they'll probably turn up the dials a little bit more on that game again.
I would hope so.
I don't know if I would recommend anybody double dip.
No.
That sounds a little crazy.
I don't plan on
I
it.
probably will.
Yeah, it's just a monster.
Because I'm a little crazy.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty solid game. So can't go wrong there.
Yep.
And the only other news story we got going on here is, unsurprisingly, Crystal Dynamics has announced that Microsoft is going to be publishing Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Wow.
Which, you know, good for Microsoft. Because, you know, you're going to fund that game. Yeah, go ahead and publish it. Get the rest of your money and kind of lock that thing down.
For sure.
I know a lot of people are upset about this being maybe fully exclusive now. Who even knows? Sort of, you know, how people are upset about Sony funding the development of Street Fighter V and locking that down. You know, there's a lot of cases. This is the same as Bayonetta 2. These games may not have been made if the platform holder didn't finance them, basically. So, and of course, it's in the platform holder's best interest to keep that locked down.
Yes, it is.
Especially Microsoft's case, since they're, you know, the PS4 has been outselling them this entire year.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is frustrating. The Xbox One is not the platform I would want to play Rise of the Tomb Raider on, but I already have a pre-order because I like that series and I would like to keep buying them. And the only way they keep getting falling apart over there today.
Thumb screws are coming out.
Oh boy. The only way that those games, you know, especially Street Fighter V, because apparently Capcom told Ono, the main director of Street Fighter 4, say, "Hey, I want to make Street Fighter 5," and Capcom's like, "No, thanks though." You know, and then Sony's like, "Well, we got the money." It's like, "Oh well, okay, in that case, you know, sure, we can.
If you're paying for it,
we'll use your money to make a game. That sounds fine."
It looks exactly the same as the old one. But.
Yeah, you know. I'm not crazy about it either, but I don't know what Street Fighter fans want, so I can only say like, I wish it looked different. But
apparently the same old, same old.
Yeah. I want Guilty Gear Zero.
Yeah.
But
sign.
Yeah.
Now, Boston, would you say you're not quite in touch with your average John Q Street Fighter fan?
I would probably say that, yes. John Q Street Fighter fan and I are not Facebook friends.
Yeah.
I do not know if is he excited about the trailer? I don't really know.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Yeah. Has he already bought a PS4?
I'm sure he's already got a PS4 and a fight stick.
And like a 0 millisecond lag television.
It's true. He's just using a monitor.
Yeah.
You know.
He's pumping it into a CRT.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
it's in his Street Fighter corner.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't really know. I think when it comes to Rise of the Tomb Raider, that's something that I can get a lot more excited about. And if Microsoft's funding it, great. I'd like to see that game. I'd like to see what Crystal D does with another modern day Tomb Raider game. And I never liked the original ones, and I really, really loved the last one, the first reboot one.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see where they're going to go next.
I think their big plan, I think they're going to try and put this up against Uncharted. I think they're going to try and sync up the release dates on that. That'll be a real interesting fight.
Yeah,
Sweet,
I don't know.
Sexy Uncharted.
I don't know if that's the right fight to have.
Probably not, but
because
that's probably what they're going to do.
I feel like, if I was in Microsoft's shoes, when you look at Uncharted 4, I feel like the knee-jerk reaction for those who are in the middle of the console wars is, all right, the Xbox One can't do that. Whether it can or can't, I don't know, because I'm not a developer or an engineer. But I think the general perception of the Xbox One is it makes games that look bad. So, I think when you compare Tomb Raider that's exclusive to the Xbox One and Uncharted 4, which looks hot as hell and is exclusive to the PS4, I think people immediately want to do that comparison. And I don't think that works well for either party, actually. So hopefully they don't. That would be a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like we're the most rational group of consumers either.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, gaming enthusiasts in general.
Gaming and rationality kind of don't go together.
Yeah. All right, that's all the news stories we have. Let's move over to tweets.
Yay!
Manny Derek writes in and says, I want to go all digital on PS4, but there's only a few sales. Why are games like Far Cry 4 half off retail but full online? Do you think it'll change? That's actually interesting because I picked up Drive Club this past week when it was on sale on Amazon for $35. And since all the launch DLC is free now because of all the issues they've had, which I fired up Drive Club and it worked totally fine. I played a couple of races and apparently it's fine.
Nice.
But the digital version was still $60.
Yeah.
This makes no sense. It's like they're pushing physical copies more than they are digital side.
Yeah, and it's weird. Like, I feel like this is the thing that, it took Steam a while to get there.
Yeah.
And I feel like for a lot of publishers, I think publishers on PC know, all right, if you get your stuff on Steam and you get in during a sale, a ton of people are going to buy it because it's on sale.
Yeah.
I think with digital distribution on the consoles, I feel like developers or publishers, I should say, probably aren't totally convinced of that yet. And I think with how GameStop has been responding to digital distribution on consoles already, I feel like publishers are probably getting really close to pulling that trigger almost, in the way that they totally did on PC at some point because nobody was buying physical copies of stuff on PC.
Yeah.
I think it's the thing that's getting closer, and we've been seeing. Atlas does a bunch of sales on their digital-only stuff. Persona 4 Golden every couple of months is like $10 for Vita.
Yeah, and they use PS Plus to their advantage there because you get some pretty steep discounts if you're a PS Plus member.
Yeah, which I'm sure Sony loves.
Yeah, I think Sony just needs to have that relationship with developers like Steam does, where they can be like, hey, we're going to cut your game 85% for PS Plus users. You're going to sell a ton of copies.
Yeah, just for like one day or for some weekend or something. Like last weekend, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare was free.
Yeah.
So I downloaded it. I don't know if it's still free or not. I haven't found it.
It was only for the weekend.
Okay. Well, I mean, do you still have that game, or was it only like you rented it for the weekend?
So it was a giveaway that EA was doing to celebrate 20 years of PlayStation
nice.
At PSX.
Okay.
Yeah. There was two other games. There was Mirror's Edge for PS3 and Need for Speed something or other for Vita.
Yeah. Which was nice.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing that I think we're going to see publishers sort of poking at for a little bit, and kind of see, well, like the Hannah, like you said, how, well, for this weekend, this game, it's like so for example, Doom turned 21 this week.
Yeah.
So, Bethesda could probably say, or ZeniMax, I'm sorry, could probably say, like, all right, so for this weekend only, Doom is $2.10 on PC.
Yeah.
And they'll probably sell a whole bunch of copies. If it's more than $2 already, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there could be a lot of opportunities for that for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as soon as the publishers get there.
Yeah.
So, and hopefully they will soon, because especially with PlayStation Plus, you see some of these sales on Vita where it's like, well, it's 50% off for this weekend, but if you have PS Plus, it's like 75% off.
Yeah,
so
that's real nice.
All right, I wasn't gonna get that anyway, so I'll get it now because it's super cheap.
Yep.
So, interesting. Adderblack39 writes, "Hi guys, so which one of you is going to play Alien Isolation or Evil Within? Both are incredible games and well worth playing." Neither.
Not in my wheelhouse.
Because I am a scaredy cat.
Yeah.
I think it'll be me eventually.
I might play Alien just because I love that universe. I'm not playing Evil Within. That's never going to happen.
No, there's so much, how do I say this nicely, BS about that game that I would rather spend my time with something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Do you want to play both knobs?
I don't care. It just depends on what mood I'm in. Like, if I feel like jumping into that, I will. But right now, I mean, like, again, like, I've had those games in my hands to buy, and I'm just like, eh.
Yeah.
And let's move over to emails for the very last email we got here, which is the first one we had here today. Evan L. writes in and says, "Hey guys, it's Evan." Hi, Evan.
Hi, Evan.
I hope this makes it into this week's podcast, but tomorrow I'm heading to WWE Tables, Ladders, and Chairs in Cleveland, and I wanted to ask you guys, do you like wrestling games? And if you do, what are your favorites? Thanks, keep up the great work.
I haven't played a wrestling game in ages.
Since that N64 one? That was the last one I played.
No, there was that one for Nintendo that I really loved.
The NES?
WrestleMania?
Yeah, the one that had the Ultimate Warrior, Roddy Piper, Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Yeah, what was that one called? I don't even remember.
The last time...
WWF All-Stars or something.
Yeah.
The last time I played a wrestling game was PlayStation 1. I think it was Warzone.
Wow.
And those were interesting. They weren't obviously as good as the N64 ones, but I had fun with it. I
remember the N64 one was always playing in our rooms. We had 2 TVs. And there was a group playing the wrestling game, and there was a group playing Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yep. And to be fair, going back to that N64 game, not a great game, but a lot of fun with friends.
Yeah. There's actually a group of people that mod that game, sort of like how certain people do Tecmo Bowl, to update the roster as the years go by.
Man, people are crazy.
People are crazy.
I have to celebrate those people. Like, you love that stuff so much that you want to keep playing that game. Like, more power to you.
Yeah. The other Jay-Z calls me out in chat. So we apparently played WWF Superstars at Galloping Ghost at the last meetup. My apologies, I forgot.
Oh.
But, okay, the most recent wrestling game I have played was on PS1.
Yeah.
The most recently made.
Yeah. All right, we have another episode to go record here, and we're under a time crunch, so that's actually our episode this week. Sorry it's a little bit shorter, but it's December. Nothing's happening, man.
Yeah. PSX happened last week.
Yeah, that was all the good stuff.
Yeah. Real good.
All right, you can visit us at tvgp.tv, email us tvgpfans@gmail.com, tweet us at tvgp, and everything else is on the right-hand side of the page.
Well, and please, I just ran over my dog. And please don't forget to join the forums. Mark yourselves on the map. Be nice to your animals. Get them spayed and neutered. Join us for Monday Night Game Night. That is 10 p.m. EST. Battlefield 4 and the Xbox One. And also, round out the week, it's on Friday nights as well.
Nice.
Steam Game Night. I just launched Steam for the first time in a long time the other day. I had a bunch of friend requests, and I guess I got a free game from somebody. I think
Nice.
Jay Roach, I think, sent me Painkiller.
Awesome.
So that's cool. I will definitely play that one. PS game night Wednesday-ish time something forums.
The current TVGP Game Club game is Deus Ex Human Revolution. We should be recording the recap for that this coming Thursday, but given that it's the holidays, that may not be 100%.
Yeah.
I have to sort of confirm some things, but we should be doing that, and yeah, voting on the next one. I don't know if we'll do that before the new year, but probably.
We'll see.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens, yeah.
And don't forget to watch this show live, twitch.tv/E1M1 Network. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and we'll see you with the top 10 episode next week.
Indeed.
Laters.
Peace.
All right.
I have to pee
titles?
so bad.
Go pee. We'll do titles.
We got titles.
No, go ahead. I gotta hear them.
Okay.
All right.
Hold it in.
Let me read my 7 or 8 that I've got.
It hasn't got to that point where I need a bottle. So
Okay, good.
All right. So let's see. Nothing incriminating on the bed. It's kind of decrepit. Scaffolding everywhere. Almost too big. Fight dragons and stuff. Guilty gore. Thumb screws are coming out. It makes games that look bad. Need for Speed something or other. And almost ran over my dog.
I like Guilty Gore.
Guilty Gore's a good one.
I also like it makes games that look bad, but I kind of don't want to add that fuel to the fire.
Yeah, I agree. Jay-Z sent me a smattering of titles here, too. We've got Vanilla Strikes, Okay with the Grind, Each Grind is Longer, 2 More Strange Coins, I Want a New Playground, Destiny Clown Shoes, Streamin' the Hard Stuff, Not Even Spitting It Halfway Through,
streaming the hard stuff.
Wrapped Up and Expanded, At Some Point You Get a Castle, Dragon Age Rampart, My Dragon Age World TM, Almost Too Big, Locking Down Lara Croft, It Makes Games That Look Bad, and Need for Speed something or other. A little bit of crossover on the list this week.
Whew. I'm still good with Guilty Gore. I like the wordplay for that one.
It's a good one.
Yeah, good one.
Thank you.
Thank you for your continued service. All right.
Wow.
Let's start in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 373 for December 15th, 2014. Guilty Gore.
Heaven or hell?
Soul stabbed Kai in the neck.
The other Jay-Z says one is John Q Street Fighter already used? Yeah, we used that a couple months ago, I think.
Hence the callback.
Yes. Callback.
Yo.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We're going to take like a 5-minute break, and then we will be back with the predictions episode. So hang out in this channel. Hang out in chat. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Bye.